I was watching some stuff on TV and they were saying the most simple things. They had a graph and the graph literally just was going downwards, and he was like, "Oh, look, this is the trend of how much people use public transport." So obviously, it shows that less people are using public transport, but they're trying to keep this continuous cycle of information coming out
Of
to keep the
course.
British public
Yeah, of
entertained,
course.
so keep them informed about what's
Do you
happening.
think?
And do you think people lost interest? That's what I was just saying. Do you think people lost
Okay, I
interest,
thought you were going.
but would have lost interest if Boris Johnson or Prince Charles didn't catch
No,
this?
no, no, no.
Important
I
people
don't
weren't
think
catching
it's
it.
not. I think it's not. Obviously, it's normal that those people could possibly have caught it because they were in contact with other people.
Do you see that thing where Boris Johnson was like, "I was in the hospital and I was shaking
And
hands
I'll
with
continue to
everybody."
shake
I was,
hands. Yeah,
yeah,
I saw
you're
that.
like, you're an idiot.
But I don't think
Idiot.
he's actually got it. Well, I mean,
What, Bojo?
there's a question that it's possible to ask the question: does he actually have it, or is he just saying it to make him more human and for people to empathize more with him?
The,
I mean,
mate, the
it's a
thing
question
is,
that could be asked. I mean, nothing's impossible.
yeah. But the thing is, we're naturally skeptical as
Of
individuals
course.
in terms of our government and at the elites
I
who kind
wonder
of
why. I
run the
wonder
country
why.
for us. Yeah. So that natural kind of like questioning makes things less reliable no matter what's
No, it's
happening.
just that what's
It's because
crazy.
people lie to you on a
No,
daily
no, no.
basis.
Why I'm asking this question is because why does Boris Johnson and Prince Charles have it, yet they're both like, I mean, Prince Charles especially is like 70, and that he's the
Hmm.
perfect age to die from this disease. He's not dying from this disease. He's showing mild symptoms. There are people that are a lot younger than him who are dying, who are healthy and
Yeah.
fine. Maybe it is a coincidence, but all I'm trying to say, man, is that these rich elite people, they're not dying from this. Of course, they're not going to die from this. Why would they? They've got a cure for it. They can cure themselves. They can afford anything.
You think they've
I
got a
don't think
cure
they've
for it?
got a cure for it, but I mean, maybe.
They have the
Of course
facilities
they
to be
do.
able to best
Of
look
course
after
they
the
do. Of
symptoms
course they do.
more than people that are going to the
Mate,
hospital. And I get what you mean because
people with pancreatic cancer die within like a week or 2 weeks. Steve Jobs had it for like 12 years. Do you know what I mean? Like,
to an extent, yeah, he has access to the best medicals that society can provide.
yeah.
The thing is,
It's
as
obviously
well,
it's
is if
not
you think
easy to
about
give that to the entire nation, and I'm not saying that there probably is a cure.
100%,
I'm just saying that it's funny how these guys get it, and they're not going to die from it. No one important is going to die from coronavirus.
but it's also other aspects like if you go into Italian or Spanish hospitals, there must be coronavirus spread throughout the entire hospital. So if people are getting brought into there and they're getting brought into the environment, the likelihood of them getting further infected is even higher.
Of course,
But if someone, for example, like Boris Johnson has mild symptoms and he can sit in his house and he's not spreading it to anyone and not spreading it within his own home as much as what it would be if he was sitting in a hospital
yeah.
bed, then the likelihood of the disease to manifest even further is significantly
No,
reduced.
you're totally right. You are right, and it is a question of: am I being too opinionated? Am I being too am I hating too much? You know, I mean, obviously, if he does have
Mhm.
coronavirus, I don't want him. I'm not wishing that he dies from it. I just think like, oh, it's crazy how these people have got it. So do people from the NHS, or so do just
Yeah,
innocent people.
but mate, and the thing is, a lot of stuff that you see online that's getting pushed forward covers up from the genuine beauty of the people that are sacrificing all of their time and all of their effort to be able to fight this
Of
disease.
course. I mean, some people are
That's the
working.
thing that you
I
kind of
saw
have
a
to push
thing.
forward
This
into.
woman's working 12-hour days, 16-hour days. Like
Yeah,
they're not stopping. They're sleeping. There's some people are sleeping in the hospital or like not far away from the hospital just to work. I saw as when it
yeah,
first started in Italy, it was absolutely dreadful the conditions in which they're
literally.
working. I saw this American nurse who quit her job because she didn't feel safe because
Couldn't handle it. Yeah,
there wasn't the right precautions. There wasn't the right things
yeah.
necessary. My brother works in a hospital in Salisbury, and he's at the forefront of all this right now.
Let me
And
just fucking know. I hope he's all right.
yeah, he's doing good. And he said that there was this bag of like COVID waste or whatever, like some stuff just left there unattended, whereas all that stuff should be incinerated straight away. I mean, some people aren't taking the
Hmm.
precautions, and this is the sort of thing we need volunteers, and this is how we're going to fight the virus. It's precaution, you know.
But then if there's more volunteers out there that don't have the protective equipment, is it not going to spread the infection even further?
Yeah, I mean, you're right, man.
It's a very
Yeah,
hard subject
no,
to
it
do in,
is.
and it's a time of fear and hysteria that's kind of pushed into it. I remember we were talking about the universities didn't act right, but if I was part of the university, I wouldn't be doing the right thing. I would sit back. I wouldn't know what to
Oh,
fucking
of
do.
course, of course, of
And
course.
the same with the hospitals. It's the same with a lot of works and workplaces. The one thing that I don't rate, though, the one thing that really got me fucking grinding my gears was when I was listening to Boris Johnson in the first week where he was like, "Nope, you know what we should do? I just recommend you not to go to these bars. I recommend you
Dreadful.
not to
Yeah,
go
that
to
was
the
terrible.
cinema."
That was terrible.
Mate, the amount of businesses that probably went under because of that was probably
Yeah.
astronomical. And no one talks about that. No one pushes that forward. No one discusses that point because he closed it afterwards. Oh, they're going to get money. They're going to get money. But think about the people that are living on a knife edge. Imagine the people that, I don't know, were told not to go to
Imagine
other
Big Boss
people's
Diner.
houses and these people were actually going to it. Imagine that, exactly. Imagine any of these situations where
Because
they're not,
it's not Subway and
they're
Mackey's that's
living on
going
a
to
knife edge
suffer.
already.
It's Martin's Bakery
Yeah,
and it's Big Boss Diner that are
yeah.
going to suffer from this.
Exactly, these small family-run businesses that are living on a week-by-week basis of making sure that they're getting the same loyal customers that are coming into it.
And now everyone is
Man,
getting paid like what 80% of their wages, or not even that, or some people.
only up to £2,500 though. And the thing is that a lot of people might not even, and that's £2,800. I think 2,800, yeah, a month. That might not be able to pay enough for their bills to protect themselves against what's
Yeah, I mean
happening. They might have to live on that
that's
20% to be able
incredible
to
for
survive
someone
in
who
what's
lives
happening.
in Salford and who pays like £400 rent a month. But someone who lives in the centre of London, who's like an entrepreneur, like or someone like someone who's like our age, can't afford his rent. Do you know what I mean? Because he's not being paid what he's usually being paid. So, yet again, it's like how can how can it be a universal credit? It should be personal.